Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. Today I wanted to talk about 5 features that will make Pokemon Scarlet and Violet the best Pokemon games of all time. Some of these are new, some of these are old, all of these are really exciting, and let's just get to it. The first awesome thing that I think is worth talking about in Scarlet and Violet that has been confirmed is that these games are, and this is not a really new or surprising one, but the games are completely open-ended. You can go anywhere, anytime, you can do anything you want, you can follow whichever of the story paths you want, in whichever order, you can go all over the place, you can go back and forth. But something that I think really contributes to the openness of the game, first of all, there is a mini-map on your screen, and you can also mark the map to travel to those locations, but you also get Koraidon and or Miraidon, whichever, depending on whichever version you're playing, fairly early, and the movement of Koraidon and Miraidon actually looks very mobile, for lack of a better word. They can basically glide as early as you get them. They can jump over walls, they can climb cliffs. So the movement of this game is amazing. This looks like the most kind of like vertical and open-ended Pokemon game maybe that we've ever seen. So you can go anywhere, you can climb the highest mountain, you can fly across, you know, the plains of Paldea and watch the wild Pokemon beneath you running around and playing. If you see a wild Pokemon in the distance, you can go to it. You know, there's just so much you can do here. It's really exciting. The next feature that is worth talking about here is another new feature that is just really, really exciting and really fun, and that is you can basically play multiplayer anytime with your friends. You can basically play this game completely with one of your friends. Now here's probably the biggest downer about that though. Unfortunately, from what we've heard so far, you can't participate in battles with them. So you can't you can't battle alongside them against gym leaders and trainers and stuff, but you can run around and explore the entire Paldea region with up to 4 friends, or maybe it's up to 3 friends, so maybe it's like a group of 4, which includes you, or maybe it's up to 4 friends, which means including you, that makes it 5. But either way, the point is, if you have a friend or two who will play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well, you can play with them basically. You can see, you'll be in the same exact location together. You can always travel together. You'll have to be on comms, I guess. You'll have to be communicating like with Discord or something, or over the phone or something like that. But you know, I think this is still really exciting and a step in the right direction. Maybe at some point in the future we will get a Pokemon game where you can actually play every single step of the way with your friends. But I think this is a step in the right direction. We had the wild area in Sword and Shield, and you could like kind of see your friends. You could see other people roaming around, but you didn't know who the heck they were. This game, you can actually basically play every step of the way with your friend. It's just that you can't battle with them, which again, it's probably the one thing you would want to do with friends, but you can explore together, you can kind of play at the same pace. Something that my co-host Dieter and I, if you remember Dieter, would always do with new Pokemon games is we always play the games basically together, and we say like, okay, when our Pokemon are all at level 20, we're going to battle each other, and then when they're all at level 30, we'll battle again, and we kind of basically play the games kind of together at our similar pace. So this time around, we can actually play the game. We can actually go to the same cities together. We can go in the open world together. We can watch each other battle Pokemon. I think that's what they said too. Like when you're battling Pokemon, you can see what your friends are doing and vice versa, and you can see when they're in battles and stuff like that. So unfortunately, we can't actually battle with them, but I think this is still really exciting. And again, it's a step in the right direction. Number 3 is actually something that I talked about in one of my other videos, but I also wanted to I think it's just so important and so interesting and exciting that it is absolutely worth talking about here as well. And that is that you can actually choose to avoid trainer battles. There are no more mandatory wild trainer battles. And so that means that if you see a trainer in the open world and you don't feel like battling, or you just want to kind of get to the next town as soon as possible, or your Pokemon, you know, are weak or something, you can choose to avoid them. You can just walk right past them. You do not have to battle them. And on the one hand, this makes the games maybe a little more challenging for some people if you want to kind of play a Nuzlocke type game where you set rules for yourself and then you choose to maybe only battle certain trainers or never battle any trainers. That could be a fun little challenge mode. But also it's pretty interesting because it kind of, I think it adds an element of exploration to the games because, you know, it's funny, and this could be a negative thing, but I remember I think it was in Sword and Shield, or no, maybe it was Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, basically, in order to complete your Pokedex and see every single Pokemon in the Pokedex, you needed to have battled a certain trainer. I think there was like a certain trainer who had like a certain Pokemon, like Drifloon or something like that, and if you missed them, if you didn't battle them, you could not see every single Pokemon in your Pokedex unless you waited until Friday for Drifloon to appear. So basically it was funny where if people beat the game on like a Monday and they never battled that trainer, they would have to wait until Friday. They'd have to wait pretty much an entire week in order to, you know, complete their Pokedex. So I know that's like a weird little random story, but what my point here is that it kind of adds this element of like, oh, maybe I should battle every trainer just to kind of see what they have, just to make sure I'm getting all the Pokemon registered in my Pokedex, or maybe I'll skip them or maybe I have to go looking for a certain trainer with a certain Pokemon. Maybe that adds an element of exploration and fun to the games, and I mean, I think that's really cool. Next, we have the feature where you can customize your trainer anytime. So you are able to change your character's look and clothing at any time. Another detail that is confirmed that I think a lot of people will be excited for is that your character is, I guess your character, I don't know if this is exactly true. I've heard that the character is kind of not gender locked, but basically what we mean here is hairstyles and clothing options are not gender specific. So regardless of whether you choose that you're a boy or a girl, if you do, I don't even know if they give you that choice, but whether you choose that or not, you can wear any piece of clothing and you can do your hair however you want. And I know a lot of people were really excited for this. I'm just a boy and I always do my hair like the random, like the kind of standard short haircut, you know. I kind of changed it up every now and then. So for me, this isn't like, you know, something that I was looking for or anything like that, but I know that some people are happy about this, and that's awesome. That's great. And I think it's exciting in general that I can change my character's clothing anytime. I mean, that makes sense, right? Logistically, if you're running around a big open world on a Pokemon journey, you can change your clothes whenever you want. You can take off your clothes in the middle of the field and put on new ones if you wanted to. Now, the interesting thing is you can change your hairstyle, and I think even your character's appearance, like their eyes, on the fly, which is great. That's great for customizability. Although if we're talking logistics here, like do I just have a dye kit in my bag and I just dye my hair in the middle of the forest? Or what about my eyes? Like, do I have like an eye adjustment kit? I don't know. Either way, it's cool. It's cool that you can change your appearance at any time, and that's another feature that is brand new to these games. And I think that the more new features we get that make things more convenient for everyone, the better. And the last feature we want to talk about here, it's actually two here, so I think you get a bonus here. These are features that are not brand new to Scarlet and Violet, but they are so useful that I'm really excited that they're making their return. And these are basically the ability to kind of do a lot of different things from anywhere. So you can access your boxes anywhere. That's pretty much the standard for Pokemon games since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee in 2018. Pretty much every game since then has allowed us to access our PC anytime and anywhere. So that's not new, but it's great that it's returning. You can also relearn any moves for your Pokemon at any time and anywhere, which was something that you could also do. I think that was brand new to Legends Arceus. That means no more move relearner, no more heart scales. I know in Sword and Shield they made it a lot easier where there was a guy in every single Pokemon Center who could do that for free. He would let your Pokemon relearn moves, but it's just nice to be able to take out the middleman and just be able to do that whenever we want. Another new thing that was confirmed that's kind of like a smaller thing, but it also sounds exciting, is from what I heard in some of these gameplay previews, you can like choose a Pokemon in your party and basically like, I think there's an option to heal them. It'll basically consume whatever items it needs in order to heal your Pokemon. So I guess this is kind of like a quick heal option. So like if I have my Lechonk and it's like at a fourth of its health and it's paralyzed, maybe if there's an option that says like quick heal, for example, I can heal it and it'll automatically restore it to full health and cure its paralysis, assuming I have the appropriate items in my bag. I think that's an excellent feature as well because, you know, sometimes you're like, okay, my Pokemon's paralyzed and it's below half health. Maybe you're later in the game, so you have a ton of items in your bag. So you have to go through your bag and say, okay, where's my full heal? Or should I use full heal? Or should I use Cherry Berry? Or should I use full restore? You know, so that can be annoying. And so this just continues to make things a lot more convenient. And I'm really excited. I just can't wait. So that's it. Those are my 5 features that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are bringing to the table that make the game super convenient, super exciting. And I think they look like they will be strong contenders for the best Pokemon games of all time. It's early to tell. It's absolutely way too early to tell, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to these. Let me know your thoughts on all of these features in the comments. Which of these are you most excited for? Again, these are all 100% confirmed by people who have played the game or played at least 1 hour of the game, which Nintendo allowed them to do. And so all of these are coming to the game, so you can expect this. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about all of these. Please subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos and click the bell icon for notifications. And also please leave a like if you did enjoy. I'm going to keep making these videos. We are less than a month away from Scarlet and Violet. I think it's going to go by really fast. It's one of those things where in certain moments it's going to feel like it's going way too slow, but then before we know it, the games are going to be in our hands and we're going to be playing them. So thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you later.